He told you about the Joker, the guy on the left for Denver. He can ball.
It is time for Fantasy Friday. Jalen Rose has become a fantasy football expert. Not by choice, because he spends so much money in his league that he has to become a fantasy football expert. He also won the Jalen Jacoby League last year. So we go to him every Friday for his fantasy football advice. Let's take a look at how you did last week with your sweet and salty picks. Well, Josh Gordon didn't work out for you, but you didn't know he wasn't going to play.
Yeah, he didn't play.
Blaine Gabbert was bad, but he really got hurt and put Marcus Mariota back in the game, who looked pretty good. Josh Allen played pretty well.
But look at it.
They're doing pretty good.
When I give you a guy that go off for 34, that's a big deal.
Yeah. Who'd have thought Alvin Kamara would play well? Well, we have 3 sweet players. They're going to make their general managers feel sweet about their week. And then 3 salty players. They're going to make them salty. Who is the first sweet player of the week?
So the game I'm looking at is Saints at Giants. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. And make sure you handcuff with Sterling Shepard, who's going to get a lot of slot action.
Yep.
But guess what we haven't seen this year?
What's that?
Odell Beckham celebrate a touchdown.
In the end zone. He's got all kinds of dances and celebrations ready. How do you throw one out?
Absolutely. I think he's going to get a chance to break out 2 of them.
Dude, 2 touchdowns. Jalen Rose on wax.
No doubt
2 touchdowns for Odell Beckham. Who's another player that's going to have a sweet week?
For the Pittsburgh Steelers, Juju Smith-Schuster.
I love Juju Smith-Schuster.
No Le'Veon Bell means more receptions for the wide receiving corps. We know Antonio Brown's getting his. Juju came on last week, but he didn't get in the end zone. That's going to happen this week.
They haven't won a ton of games, the Steelers, but they've put up points. Like Ben Roethlisberger's been putting the ball in the end zone.
Different player at home.
Who is another player that's going to have a sweet week?
He just returned last week. Team won the Super Bowl without him. Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
He'll get a chance to settle in. Alshon Jeffries is back in the lineup. They always use multiple backs.
I believe in Carson Wentz. I think people have a bad memory when it comes to sports. People forget just how good Carson Wentz was before he got hurt.
You know what else people forget? Jared Goff went 1 and Carson Wentz went 2.
Well, Jared Goff looked pretty good last night. Jared Goff looked so good last night.
Well, I had to put that out.
It was playing against Jared Goff when Carson Wentz tried to get in that end zone. You remember the play?
Yes, indeed.
And then I remember I was watching the game. It was a really good game towards the end of the season. He stayed in the game. I think he threw a touchdown pass even with that knee, and then he had to limp off to the tunnel. So those are the players who are going to have a sweet week. Jalen, who's going to make people salty?
Well, when you go to a show, you get a chance to enjoy it, but when you leave, it ends. That's what's going to happen to the Fitzmagic show.
Oh, the Fitzmagic show's over?
It is done. It is done. It is done.
I used to call him Fitzpatrick when he was with the Jets.
All I know is he's playing against the Bears. And I said it. They got an identity now.
They do.
And if you don't have a franchise quarterback, you want people that can get to the quarterback. And adding Khalil Mack has given them that. The Bears are going to give them the flux this week.
With Mack, Trevathan, Smith. I love the Bears defense.
They're physical.
So you're trying to tell me Jameis Winston's going to be secretly smiling underneath his helmet on the side?
Jameis Winston going to be like, he'll get 5 interceptions.
Yeah, 5 interceptions first half. They're going to put me in. Jameis Winston, he's preparing this week. He's preparing this week. He's stretching out. He's making sure he gets treatment. He's ready to play.
That's why he was laughing at the press conference. He's like,
yeah.
My turn is going to come. But the team is handling it properly. You want Fitzmagic to wear off, and then the players and the fans clamor for Jameis, who's had a lot of off-the-field issues, instead of the other way around, where people like, get him out of here.
And also, he broke a record. He's over 400 yards 3 straight games. Can't take him out after that. Who's another player that's going to make people salty this week?
Anybody that contributes for the San Francisco 49ers on the offensive side.
Just anybody on the 49ers. I mean, that's the backup quarterback, C.J. Beathard. It's okay if you've never heard of him.
Anybody.
Not many people have.
Anybody.
All the running backs, all the receivers.
Once they lost Garoppolo, sell.
Wow.
Wide receivers, tight ends, backs. This is going to be an ugly season for the 49ers. And I have to say this.
Say it.
While I wish him well, we don't have a personal stake in this. Jimmy Garoppolo could go down as the worst signing in NFL history if he's not able to play up to his potential. We see what we get from Kirk Cousins, and that's $80 million.
Kirk Cousins was good.
That's $80 million.
He's earning it.
He got 137.
I would say that most of the big quarterback contracts that you always say hamstring a franchise, most of them work out, the big ones, except Garoppolo, but no fault of his. A little bit of fault of his. I do say you can run out of bounds. He tried to plant that foot, and then make contact with the defender. Dude, you're not Rob Gronkowski out there to Garoppolo.
I actually don't blame him for trying to get extra yards.
He wasn't really trying to get extra yards.
But some players, and hopefully he does not fall into this category, can be injury prone. Remember, he started 2 games for the Patriots when Tom Brady was out. A lot of people forget there's a reason he didn't start 4. He got injured.
Jacoby came in.
Okay, and then you go to the 49ers, you have 5 terrific games, and they give you a massive contract. But now when you really look down, he's going to have almost 2 times more games missed than he's actually participated in. And he's already one of the highest paid players in the game.
Who else is going to make people salty in fantasy this week?
Mike Greenberg is going to be unhappy about Sam Darnold.
Greenberg's going to be salty?
Yeah.
The honeymoon with Darnold ended pretty early.
It's a shame what happened to Sammy.
It's a shame what happened to SD.
And a guy with the last name of Ramsey, you ready for this? Is going to get 2 picks this week.
What's his first name?
Jalen. He's going to get 2 picks this week.
2 picks? The Jaguars defense is ready for Sam Darnold.
Campbell.
They're ready for Sam Darnold. That is your fantasy expertise from Jalen Rose, who is forced to be a fantasy expert because he spent thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Did you just make a Star Wars reference?
And also with you.
Okay. I think that was a church reference.
No, it's a mojo.
That was a church reference.
It's a mojo reference. Anybody from the D know what it is.
When we come back, it's soft move or boss move.
Experts say to eat a lot of fruits and veggies, but are you getting enough of their nutrients? New One A Day with Nature's Medley is the only complete multi